Welcome, cadets. I am Commandant X Rothro, and I am very proud to welcome you to Starfleet Academy Command School. Ever since Starfleet Academy was founded, the United Federation of Planets has sought the best and the brightest from over 1,000 worlds.
Be late.
We'll make it, Captain.
2 years ago, we put out the call once again and challenged you to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Space docking procedure is getting longer and longer every time.
Now, I'm sure you've all heard a lot about the Starfleet Academy simulator. Now, those who excel will become the starship captains and command crews of tomorrow. But first, you must learn the grave responsibilities of command. It is now my distinct honor to introduce the new Chief of Command School.
I'm Captain Hikaru Sulu. I'll be with you the next 2 years before I take command of the USS Excelsior. It's my job to create the Starfleet captains of the future. I will test you on your ability to manage your crew. Remember, you will no longer be judged solely by your own conduct, but also by the conduct of those you command. And now, my close friend and our distinguished guest, Captain James T. Kirk.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to Command College. You've just embarked on the most challenging course that the Academy has to offer, and also the most rewarding. It is often said that command school cadets are the best of the best, and it's also said that I commanded the best ship, and the best crew. Truth is, there's no such thing as the best. One ship may be brand new, state-of-the-art, but it also has countless bugs to work out. Another ship may be 100 years old and shake like a rattle, but the bugs are long gone, and that's why she's 100 years old. Same goes for your crew. They may be technical wizards, but if they can't work as a team, their skills are useless to you. When you meet your crew, you'll find 1,000 abilities and talents and flaws all crackling against each other. And that's where you come in. Those of you who succeed in building a team will be among the elite few to take us to the stars. Good luck, fair weather, and never forget that risk is your business.
Cadet's log. First entry. Cadet David Forrester logging on. Today they took us for a tour of the simulator, and for the first time, I met my crew. That's Jeffrey Corrin, my navigator. He's from one of the wealthiest families on Alpha Centauri. Rumor has it he was up for command school, but didn't take it because he doesn't like the responsibility of command. Of course, rumor also has it that his photon torpedoes never miss. At the helm is Jana Acton. She's from the mining colony on Rigel 12 in the Levantine Expanse. She hasn't had an easy life. They live pretty rough out there, especially by Federation standards. My engineer is Robin Brady, from Colorado, on Earth. He's a quiet guy, but I'm told he can tear apart and rebuild a warp drive in record time. Over by communications, that's Vanda Magia. She's the oldest daughter of a prominent Andorian ambassador. Most Andorians never expected her to take on a heavy responsibility like Starfleet. My science officer is Sturek, from Vulcan. I worked with him in some computer classes last year. He's brilliant, even by Vulcan standards.
Cadets,
we're scheduled to complete familiarization later this morning, and this afternoon we fly our first real simulator mission, our trial by fire. Let's hope we're ready for it.
Cadets, this is your first Starfleet Academy mission. Several star systems are threatened by drifting minefields. Your job is to destroy the mines and to capture the devices controlling them. Further instructions will be sent to you as your mission progresses. Now, Mr. Forrester, we need you to choose your vessel. The more powerful your vessel, the more difficult the scenario will become.
I'd like the Oberth class vessel.
An Oberth class ship? That will be a challenge. Congratulations. You have dealt with overwhelming odds in a manner consistent with the best traditions of Starfleet.
Good afternoon, crew.
hey, hello, dude.
I asked y'all to meet me here so we could get acquainted. Did everyone get a drink?
Yes. Any chance of something stronger?
Not on my salary. So, you want to sit down?
Sure.
So, what did you think of Rothro's speech today?
Well, I didn't agree with Rothro. I mean, you can't invent a rule for every situation.
Perhaps not, but statistically speaking, the current Starfleet regulations have brought the Federation unprecedented success.
I don't think we have a choice here. If we don't follow the established procedures, we simply invite chaos.
Starfleet's not perfect, Jana, and neither are the regs.
Perhaps not, but I didn't apply to Starfleet because I thought I knew better than the best minds in the Federation.
Well, maybe you didn't, but I know I have something to offer to Starfleet.
Why did you get into Starfleet, Corrin?
I bought my way in. Hey, don't look so surprised. There's a 2-for-1 sale on shuttlecraft today.
Look, Corrin, this may be a joke to you, but it is a privilege to be here at Starfleet. I worked hard to get here.
So, Jana, how did you get here anyway? Stealing the local shuttle or just hitching a ride on your garbage car?
Both of you stop!
She can't take a joke.
No one acts like this on my crew.
I'm really sorry.
Look, maybe that's enough getting acquainted for today.
In the interest of completeness, I suggest we hear from Robin.
Oh, right. Robin? What about you?
I wasn't even sure I wanted to join Starfleet. I was happy working on the weather control satellite monitoring systems. Starfleet's a lot more socially complex.
Socially complex.
Corrin?
Sorry.
I just want to be able to serve, that's all.
I concur. When one has the capabilities that are of use to the many, service is the only logical response.
I agree.
Absolutely.
And we'll all get that chance. To the crew.
To the crew.
Here, here.
The Kelsey Collective, a culture which died over 100,000 years ago, marked their territory with highly radioactive marker buoys. As with all Kelsey artifacts, Federation law prohibits their removal from that system, and we have several probes monitoring any activity that may endanger their status. Recently, our probe in the Huron system malfunctioned. It is your mission to replace that probe. In addition to that, duty cadets, you are to protect the artifacts of the Kelsey Collective at all costs.
I am Captain Marv Markai of the Federation Freighter Kaiser. I intend to file an official protest on your actions and this unprovoked attack. Although we admit no wrong on our part, we agree to your terms.
Congratulations. You have dealt with overwhelming odds in a manner consistent with the best traditions of Starfleet.
Once you're out of direct communication with Starfleet, you'll face challenges we cannot anticipate. Your ship, and maybe even the entire Federation, will have to live with the consequences of your decisions. Now, despite the events presented in the first two simulations, we are not just testing your combat ability. You must be able to make well-informed decisions.
Good afternoon, class. We have a guest speaker today, an expert on Klingon affairs, Captain James T. Kirk.
Thank you, Commandant Rotherham. I'd like to say that I'm honored to teach these fine young cadets. There is a serious situation on the Klingon border. A small Klingon and Romulan combined fleet has crossed the neutral zone and is advancing on Epsilon 4. Now, there's some bad blood between the Epsilon colonists and the Klingons for decades. We believe the Klingons are planning some sort of punitive action against the colony. That still doesn't explain why they're working with Romulans. It will be up to you to protect the Epsilon system until reinforcements arrive without starting a war. Do not return to base until you get authorization from Starfleet. Dismissed.
I am Kumas, Governor of the Hansnar Province, Patriarch of Clan Tarkat, and hero of Kronos 4. For years, we have been forced to endure the treachery of the Federation colonists of Epsilon 4. Now they are arming rebels on the Klingon world of Intach. This will not be tolerated. I promise the Klingon people, we will have justice, or we will have blood!
You've done well, Cadet. The Governor was saved, and so were the freighters. Your crew works well together, in spite of their occasional bickering. You did extraordinarily well. It was a nearly flawless mission. I have nothing but praise, but I've never been particularly good with praise.
Come in. Hi, Jana. Have a seat. So, what's up?
It's about Corin. He's out of control.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you didn't like Corin.
This has nothing to do with my personal opinion of Corin. But I think he's hurting the team's morale.
Look, I understand your concerns, but we're all still new at this. For now, Corin stays.
Look, it's not that I mind Corin going out with that cadet. It's just that he wasn't even interested in her until he found out Robin had a crush on her.
Hold on, what cadet?
I'm talking about Faith Gage. Haven't you heard about her?
No, I've been too busy with my studies. Look, I'll check into it, okay?
I'll be in the simulator.
Cadet's log supplemental. Apparently, I'm expected to monitor the love life of my crew, as well as lead them.
Welcome back again, cadets. Our intelligence believes that Governor Kumas, the Klingon commander behind the attack on Pascal II, is acting without the sanction of the Klingon High Council. On top of that, there's been a battle between one of the Romulan warbirds that raided Pascal II and two of our ships, the USS Demeter and the USS Alexandria. Unfortunately, the Demeter was destroyed in the battle, the Romulans' warp engines were damaged as well. You will join the Alexandria and the USS Rutherford in their search for the damaged Romulan. If we're lucky, we'll catch her before she can repair her engines and warp out of the system. Good luck.
Space is not completely empty. There are still atoms in space, distributed evenly by the Big Bang. However, a cloaked ship would mask these atoms and register as a perfect vacuum. A single ship would take weeks to scan even a small area of space, and they would detect more anomalies than genuine readings. However, two ships with all power diverted to sensors could serve to eliminate anomalies while a third ship searched. We might find the Romulan in hours, maybe minutes.
Nothing to report, Captain. We're all a little nervous with the cloaked Romulan running around. We'll do our job. Alexandria out.
We haven't found the Romulan, but I'm confident we'll soon clip her wings. Rutherford out.
We heard your recall signal, Captain. We'll follow you back to Starbase.
Captain, we heard the recall signal. We'll follow you back to Starbase.
I am Kumas of the Hansnar province. We have ended the insurrection in Intach, uncovered a Federation sensor system used to spy on our worlds, and humiliated the Federation's fleet at Pascal 5. I will not compromise the security of Hansnar province. I will not bow to Federation pressure. No one will deter us from our right to act as we please to pursue the greater glory of the Klingon Empire!
You have done exceptionally well on this mission. Dealing with a cloaked Romulan ship is one of the most difficult tasks you'll ever have to face.
Cadet's log. I was looking for Captain Sulu to hand in my weekly reports and possibly get some advice on the Corn and Robin situation.
He thought it was a miracle, but I said it couldn't have been God. He was commanding the Enterprise at the time.
Sir! My report, sir.
At ease, cadets. Commander Chekhov, meet David Forrester. He just might be what you're looking for.
Ah, nice to meet you, Cadet.
And you, sir. I didn't know you were teaching at the Academy.
He's not really an instructor.
I'm here to develop some new simulator missions. I've had a few unorthodox ideas. By the way, Cadet Forrester, do you know your way around the simulated neurofeedback bipolar resolution assimilator?
Well, I was in the top 10% of my computer class, sir.
Tell me, Cadet, do you know what a Cossack is?
Well, I think they were horsemen. On the Eurasian continent of Earth in the 18th to 19th centuries, sir.
That's good. Very good.
Excellent. You might be exactly what I need.
Commander Chekhov needs some help with his simulation testing.
It should be a simple task for such a well-informed student as yourself. Report tomorrow to the science lab.
Commander Chekhov, sir. I think I found the problem right here.
Ah, yes. Well, it's not really the problem. It looks
Cadet's log supplemental. Well, I solved a tricky recursion problem in the Romulan cloaking simulation, and my fate was sealed. Commander Chekhov asked me to assist him on a regular basis. I do have to admit, though, it's pretty amazing to see the simulations from the inside, as well as from the command chair.
We have a serious problem developing on the galactic rim. Unknown raiders have been attacking freighters in the Montgomery and Churchill systems. You will patrol 4 systems: Mountjoy, Montgomery, Allendon, and Churchill. Start with the second planet in each system, then proceed to the next. When you've patrolled all 4 systems, return to Starbase 11. Good luck.
Captain, thank you for your assistance. We thought we were dead for sure.
A pleasure to help.
Look, I've been piloting the Rim for a few years now, but I've never seen anything like that ship that attacked us. It was big. Very big. 2 wings that fold up butterfly fashion, warp nacelles in each wing, and some sort of high-end disruptor. Captain, you've got to track this thing down and put it out of business before it hits anyone else. Our sensor log indicates that it warped the Walpole system. I'd start searching there if I were you.
This is Captain Forrester of the USS Tempest. Identify yourself.
I am Caldos, captain of the Venturi ship Retaliation.
Captain, I have the entry on the Venturi from the ship's computer. The Venturi are Federation members. Their star is dying, but the majority of the populace have refused to immigrate. They have complained that the Federation aid is not sufficient to meet their needs.
Your attempts at aiding us were insulting. When Earth and the Federation first came to us, we welcomed them as brothers. We shared our wisdom and our resources with you, but in our time of need, you gave us nothing except sympathy and a few meager handouts. Sympathy does not revitalize dead soil or dying oceans.
The Venturi do not understand the difficulties they face. Planetary revivification is even more complex than terraforming.
We outnumber you, Captain. Lower your shields and beam over your surplus dilithium crystals, or I will be forced to destroy you.
Captain, the Venturi are not known for having their own starships, and that ship does not match any known design. Therefore, it must belong to another alien race.
At least our race will survive. Once we can pay for the aid that is required, the Venturi will once again walk among the stars. You have 20 seconds to lower your shields for transport of the crystals, or we will fire.
Congratulations. You have dealt with overwhelming odds in a manner consistent with the best traditions of Starfleet. Well done, cadets. Your actions have brought the Venturi out into the open. It has not, however, ended their raiding, nor have you discovered the source of their technology. We'll be continuing that part of the scenario in our next mission.
Can you believe Rothro's speech today? He really pushed the follow the regs, be a good little soldier idea.
You're right, Frank. It's easy to pay lip service to the regs, but when you're out there, the best captains have to play by their own rules.
Look at Kirk. He broke the regs all the time, and look where that got him.
Yeah, he was brought up on court-martial charges.
And he came out of it just fine.
But because of the court-martial, he was demoted from admiral to captain. I do not believe within human culture that is considered to be just fine.
David, when you're a captain, won't you want some flexibility?
No. I think everything I'll have to deal with is probably covered in Starfleet regs.
Look, David, regulations like the Prime Directive are fine for the idealists in the Federation. But if Starfleet faces an overwhelming threat, then we need to do whatever is necessary.
Magia is absolutely right. The Federation expends too much of our resources coddling all these uncivilized races.
The Federation is not hurting for resources.
Forrester, these other races don't value the same things we do. They don't deserve the slack the Federation gives them.
Which other races would these be, Frank?
The Klingons? The Romulans? Those races are aggressive and vicious. And here we are, still trying to keep the peace with them.
I agree with Milan. If it had not been for the Organian peace treaty, we would have seen the complete destruction of the Klingon Empire.
Why are you taking this so personally, Magia?
I don't want to talk about it, David.
Come on, Magia. We're all on the same side here. You can tell us.
Yeah. Well, when I was a child, I had friends who were in the massacre on Lursen Prime.
Oh. I understand.
Klingons, Organians. I'm really not up for this kind of debate. I'll see you guys later.
Right.
I concur.
Bye, David.
Jeff, you got a minute?
What's up?
Look, we need to talk about your performance.
Look, I know my evaluations aren't the best. But there's so much to do here, and it's hard to find time to study.
Jeff, there is nothing more important than your studies.
Okay, fine, Forrester. I'll try harder.
Don't you think you should study now?
I think I should be going now. I've got friends waiting for me.
Cadet's log supplemental. Well, there sure is a lot more about this job I still need to learn.
Venturi raiders have stepped up their campaign against Federation sectors on the galactic rim. We're going to try to stop them. The Venturi have been using the Abyss Nebula as an escape route after their raids, using special transponders to navigate within the cloud. Your assignment is to enter the nebula, go to the Alpha CN625, Beta CN625, and Gamma CN625 systems. Find each transponder and disable them. When all transponders have been disabled, return to Starbase 23. Be warned, cadets, that the heavy ionization in the Abyss Nebula reduces the shield and sensor integrity to 1/3 of their normal effectiveness. Good luck.
I am Conovan of the 5th Venturi Honor Guard. We demand your immediate surrender. Al-Shaf has shown us a new way. Our race has wasted 10 millennia watching others achieve glory. When the other races of the Federation talk about us, what do they say? That we are pitiful and old, barely alive on a dying planet, soon to be forgotten. Al-Shaf has shown us that we can be strong. And now, we will show you our strength. There will be no peace. We offer our unconditional surrender. I agree to your terms.
Congratulations. You have dealt with overwhelming odds in a manner consistent with the best traditions of Starfleet.
Cadet's log. Last week was a really hard one, but I feel my crew's performance is beginning to improve. Corn. Corn.
Hi, David. What's up?
Weren't you supposed to be studying the nav sims tonight?
I studied a couple hours and I needed to take a break.
Your scores in the simulator haven't improved that much.
We've been through this.
And we'll keep going through it until you deliver what you're capable of.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to study nav protocols for 3 hours before our next mission. Corn, what's wrong?
Look, it's like this. If I don't try hard, it doesn't matter if I fail. But if I study hard and I still don't make it.
What about the rest of us? You know, we're doing our best, and we're getting nothing from you.
Look, David, I can't guarantee anything, but I'll try.
Good. Cadet's log supplemental. Not my best moment as a commanding officer.
The actions of the Venturi raiders are not popular with the majority of the people on Venturi home. Several Venturi diplomats are aboard the USS LaGrange. You will escort the LaGrange to Omega 12-300, which the diplomats report is the headquarters for the Venturi raiding force. There, they will attempt to negotiate a settlement. There is a problem. Omega 12-300 is beyond the galactic barrier, a mysterious energy field that encompasses the known galaxy. You will have to penetrate the barrier in order to reach the Venturi. This is an extremely dangerous area that's known to have dangerous side effects on some of the people traveling through it. So be careful.
Captain, an instant before the Lagrange was destroyed, I sensed something. It was as if I was in a mind meld with someone who was experiencing a sharp pain. There were no Vulcans or individuals with known psi talents aboard the Lagrange. What I sensed seemed like it originated far away, farther than my mind could comprehend. It was a mind of great power.
Galactic barrier in 10 seconds.
All hands, brace for impact. Medical team, stand by.
This is quite a pilgrimage you've made, Captain. Perhaps now we can clear up the misunderstandings that have plagued our relationship. Now, why have you been attacking my followers? 12 billion years ago, God created the universe in a fiery explosion and spread it over the vast vacuum of space. He created many wonders, but even he couldn't create appreciation of these wonders without sentience. So he created us, but life was still too small, too limited in its viewpoint to truly understand creation. Thus, he created the barrier by which sentients could expand their minds and commune with the very nature of the universe. I am the first Captain, the first being to commune with God in all his glory and to keep his mind intact. All hail Al-Shaf, the true and final voice of God. You mock me. I know all there is to know about you and your mission. But my blood shall not flow today.
There is a small base entrenched in the surface of the planetoid. They have a small fusion reactor, a transporter system, and a sensor array. I find no evidence of defensive systems or communications. There are approximately 32 life forms within the complex. All are Venturi.
Galactic barrier in 10 seconds.
All hands, brace for impact. Medical team, stand by.
I have a special commendation for you. While at Omega 12300, you scanned the derelict vessels that the Venturi are using as their craft. We now know much more about the origin of the technology that the Venturi are using. That was good thinking on your part. Congratulations on making it through a difficult series. We should also like to extend our special thanks to Sturek for helping us act out the psychic powers of Al-Shaf in that scenario. The death of Al-Shaf brings an end to the main raiding force of the Venturi. You may have noticed as the scenarios progressed, the raiders became less communicative. That was no coincidence. Al-Shaf's mental control over his followers was increasing as time went on. It is possible that you will see Venturi raiders again. Not all of the raiders needed to be coerced to help their leader. Until then, you are dismissed.
Cadet's log. Despite my best efforts, Robin continues to isolate himself, and it's really hurting his performance. Corrin's grades are still low, and this morning I was called into Rothro's office.
Enter. Cadet, I understand you have a busy and full schedule, but that does not account for your performance in the simulator. I expect much better from you and your crew.
Yes, sir. Have you seen Corrin's ratings for this simulation?
No, sir.
Corrin's ratings have improved dramatically, but there's still an issue with Cadet Brady's performance.
I'll talk to Robin about it, sir.
Good. Robin is technically proficient, but has trouble meshing with the team. Additional study won't improve his scores. He needs to feel comfortable as a member of your team.
Sir, what happens if Robin's scores don't improve?
The only way Cadet Brady's scores won't improve is if he can't handle the simulator. His classwork's fine. It's your job to make sure he does well in the simulator.
Dismissed.
Magia, what are you doing here?
David, I am not going to...
Cadet.
Yes, sir. Cadet's log, supplemental. I'm worried about Magia, but until I get a chance to talk to her, there's really nothing I can do.
Hello, David. Faith Gage.
Oh, yes, Faith. How are you doing?
Good. Do you mind if I sit?
No, go ahead.
Thank you. I'm glad I have a chance to talk to you. You know, Corrin talks a lot about you.
Well, I'm glad you came by. I wanted to talk to you, actually. About one of my crew, Robin Brady.
Yeah?
Are you two...
No. I have him in a few of my classes, but, other than engineering, he doesn't seem to have many other interests.
Well, he's pulled his head out of a Jeffries tube long enough to develop a crush on you.
Yeah. He's a nice kid, but, I couldn't possibly be interested in someone whose whole life is dilithium matrices.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to get him out more.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions?
Well, yeah, why doesn't he join one of the groups on campus?
David, have you been watching the news?
No, why?
Rothro's been repeating the announcement every 5 minutes.
Official confirmation that the Federation colony on Bicea was destroyed 2 days ago by unknown forces. There are no survivors.
Magia had relatives on Bicea, didn't she?
Yeah, her mom lived on that planet.
They better give her some leave time.
Well, Bicea was one of the disputed worlds, wasn't it? Right along the Klingon neutral zone?
Correct. Before the Organian peace treaty, both the Federation and the Klingon Empire had a claim to Bicea.
Xander, you must feel awful.
Magia, I'm sorry.
Thank you, David. All of you for your concern.
We can put our missions on hold during your leave of absence.
That won't be necessary.
As your captain, I could order you to take some time off.
You would be exceeding your authority.
Magia.
I am going to study now.
Wait a minute. Fascinating.
Cadet's log, supplemental. Now what am I going to do? Cadet's log. Despite her recent loss, Magia came through just fine in the last sim. So I guess Starfleet knows best. Although I'm still very worried about her. On the other hand, Robin's scores continue to drop. Enter. Robin, come on in, have a seat.
David, you want to talk to me?
Robin, I want to talk to you about the team.
I thought everything was going okay.
Oh, it is. But I want you to spend more time with the team. Outside the simulator.
Do I have to?
Robin, we want your company. At least come to our poker games.
I never know what to say to the others.
And you'll never know if you don't try.
How am I supposed to get anything done if I'm socializing? What? Am I supposed to stay out all night like Corrin does?
You gotta find a balance. Just like Corrin.
I don't like socializing. I like Transporter matrices, matter-to-energy conversions, the new replicator theories.
Robin, the best place for you to learn all about that is here.
I'm not sure I'll ever fit in.
Look, if you leave the Academy, you'll never know how good you could have been, how far you could have gone.
That's not fair. This is easy for you. You fit in. Everybody likes you. Everybody really likes you. You must have noticed by now that I don't fit in.
Robin, sit down, okay?
It's really hard on me.
That's why you need to socialize more. Look, the only way to fit in is to go into that lounge and face them.
I'll try, David. I'll try and socialize more.
Great. And then maybe we can talk about some of those replicator theories you're working on, huh?
I'd like that.
Okay. Look, I'll see you in the lounge, okay?
Thanks, David.
Cadet's log supplemental. You know, just when you think you're handling a problem, another appears. This time it was Baisia again.
The Klingon Empire had nothing to do with the loss of the Baisia colony. However, there is bitter justice in the colony's failure. The Federation should never have put fragile Andorians and humans on such a hostile world. Only Klingons could have tamed Baisia.
Liar!
What about the energy readings on Baisia? Didn't they show Klingon disruptors destroyed the colony?
The trace energy on Baisia was similar to the patterns made by Klingon disruptors, but that does not conclusively prove Klingon involvement.
Oh, so was all those other races on the Klingon border that used disruptors?
Why are you defending the Klingons, Sturek?
Though I regret your personal loss, I must point out that Baisia was not a particularly important colony, nor was it strategically placed. It is illogical to assume that the Klingons would start a war in a world that would gain them so little.
Well, isn't that just like a Vulcan? Using logic to deny the obvious.
Face it, Milan, you've lost this argument.
We need to change the Federation's whole approach toward the Klingons.
Interesting point. How do you propose to do that?
If you ask me, the Vanguard is the right answer.
The Vanguard? What's that?
It is a group that is as tired as you are of the Federation's response to outside threats. The Vanguard says it's time for humans to take care of humans.
I see. And what about all the other races that are a part of the Federation?
That's just what I'm talking about.
What's that supposed to mean?
The races inside the Federation already live the right way. It's the races outside of the Federation that are the problem. Well, I better be going. I got a Xeno Psych class.
See you later, Milan.
Sounds fascinating.
Sounds frightening.
They might be possibly just what the Federation needs.
Well, look, I don't know what the Federation needs, but I need a drink.
Here, here.
Welcome, cadets. We're conducting an experiment in the Alpha Hercules system, using charged tachyon particles to increase the efficiency of a conventional warp drive. We set up the USS Hawking, an Oberth-class vessel, to perform the experiment, and we will need you to observe at close range and perform data analysis. That is all. Good luck.
What happened back there?
The disruption split the ship into two parts, Captain. We must get the other Tempest back here and use the tachyon device to reunite ourselves. The tachyon burst has weakened our structural integrity. Unless we're reunited, both ships will be destroyed. You still have those emotions in your subconscious, Captain. And the commander of the duplicate ship may be driven by your subconscious.
Hiya, Davy. How you doing? Oh, sorry, Davy, but I don't care about you or my own survival. There's something I have to do, and I'll either do it or I'll die. Isn't that what Starfleet's all about? The success of the mission? By the way, Panda, if he hasn't told you that you're incredibly attractive, then I will. That's all. Bye, Davy. Permission to speak freely, sir.
Go ahead, Mr. Forrester.
Why did you take things that were personal and use it against me?
Because, Mr. Forrester, we're trying to prepare you for what's out there. The unknown. There are things in space that will do everything they can to turn you into an emotional cripple. And if we have to tear open all wounds and rub a little salt in, we'll do it.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, son. You did well. Just remember, we can't prepare you for everything. But we can certainly try. Dismissed.
Starfleet finally struck back. The Klingons have gone too far this time. Those marauding...
What's going on?
The USS Sentinel just fought a couple birds of prey in the neutral zone.
The engagement ended inconclusively, with no ships destroyed and no loss of life.
He wants to start a fight.
The captain of the Sentinel showed the Federation how a true Starfleet captain acts.
Interesting speech. What makes you any braver?
I'm braver because I'll take action. When we're in charge, we'll put the Klingons in their place.
Leave him be, David.
I can't believe you're supporting him.
He's making sense.
You're wrong.
No, you're wrong. You're the one who... I liked the other David Forrester better.
What are you gonna do?
Trouble with the crew, Forrester?
Listen, you handle your crew. I'll handle mine. Come on.
We need a captain like Kirk to avenge Bicea.
Cadet's log. I asked Captain Sulu about Milan's Vanguard speeches today. He said that Starfleet follows the policy of IDIC, infinite diversity in infinite combinations. This means we have to respect Milan's beliefs, even if we disagree with them. I've got to admit, it's hard to respect a belief that doesn't respect the rights of others. But I'll try to do my best for the command staff, and for Starfleet.
The Federation Council President formally apologized to the Klingon High Council over the aggressive actions by the USS Sentinel. What? The Klingons concede that the discharge of weapons was based on a misunderstanding.
Oh, I don't believe it. They sold us out.
Face it, Milan, you're wrong.
But the Federation apologized to butchers.
Sit down.
I'm not gonna sit down. It's the Federation's future that's at stake here. I can't watch this.
He is way out of line.
Lofty words for someone who refuses to get involved.
I'm worried about her.
Me too.
Andorians are different, David. Their ways with dealing with grief have nothing to do with being calm. This Ice Queen act is bizarre.
Yeah, it's unnerving to see her so controlled.
David, it's affecting the team's performance.
So what am I supposed to do about it?
I don't know. But you better come up with something fast, or all our hard work is going right out the airlock.
Thanks, Jeff. I'll think about it.
Sure.
For several years, we've been receiving subspace distress calls from the HIA system just outside of Gorn space. These signals seem to come from every known race in the quadrant, as well as several races we've never heard from before. We've tried answering these beacons, but have received no reply. Go to the HIA system and determine the source of these signals and hopefully stop them by solving any problems.
Federation vessel. This is Captain Zeshar of the Gorn Naval Destroyer Longflame. State your business in our space. I am here to protect the mimics from the harvesters. Perhaps you've seen some, human. I assure you that no true Gorn would kill these magnificent wonders. Our patrols in this area are limited. Many are unwilling
willing to give up the pleasure of listening to the mimics. But perhaps we could come to an agreement between the Gorn and the humans to patrol this region together.
That sounds like an excellent idea, Captain. I shall notify the Federation and Starfleet. Perhaps something can be arranged.
By chasing off the Harvester and negotiating with the Gorn naval vessel, you showed both decisiveness and diplomacy. You have solved the mission in the best possible way. Congratulations. Excellent, Cadet. Your score and performance on this scenario were well above average.
I'm still getting some distortion. Try the next processor.
Yes, Commander.
Good morning, Commander.
Greetings, Captain.
Still trying to get that thing to work. Got you the specs on the new Klingon heavy cruiser. Why don't you plug it in, see how she flies?
Right away, sir. Cadet. Captain, this is Cadet David Forrester.
Glad to meet you, Cadet.
It's an honor, sir.
About last night. Kid looks nervous.
Goodbye, sir. David. Is there a problem?
Well, it's my crew, sir. It's a lot harder to manage them than it looked on paper.
Sometimes Starfleet gives the most challenging cadets to the most capable command school students. Bringing out the best in them brings out the best in you. It's an old Russian technique. David, what is the problem?
It's my communications officer, sir. She has a personal problem that has her ready to blow up. But she suppresses it. It's bringing down her work in the simulator.
Before I joined the Enterprise, I had a commanding officer on Bendiri 4. She had a very hot temper. But she thought getting angry was unprofessional, so she would hold it all in. Whenever she did this, we knew we were in for serious trouble. If you want to help your communications officer, you must encourage her to express her emotions in a more appropriate place, outside of the simulator.
With all due respect, sir, the crew's personality problems aren't the captain's concern, are they?
Everything that happens on the ship is the captain's concern. I had the chance to serve under the best. A captain who pays attention to the temperament and morale of his crew can count on that crew when he really needs them.
Well, okay. How do I encourage her to get mad?
That's for you to figure out. But if you've made it to Starfleet Command School, you've probably made somebody angry before. Try to do it again.
Thank you, sir.
Carry on, Mr. Forrester. We've got to get that Klingon ship simulation running by this afternoon. And keep your nose out of the ship performance specs.
Yes, sir. Sir, does that mean that...
Never mind what it means.
Aye, sir.
Good morning, cadets. Federation intelligence indicates that the Klingons are building a new type of heavy cruiser, codenamed the Bertha. We have set up the simulator so you can fight it for yourself. To win the simulation, you must defeat it 3 times. On your first pass, you will have the help of a pair of Miranda-class cruisers. On your second pass, you will have a single Miranda. On your final pass, you will be on your own. Your goal is simple. Disable or destroy the Bertha. You will be graded on your times as well as success. So get moving, cadets. You did extraordinarily well. It was a nearly flawless mission. I have nothing but praise. But I've never been particularly good with praise.
It's just more proof that Federation leaders are weaklings. They're giving away our colonies and allowing the Klingons to massacre our colonists.
That theory doesn't hold water, Frank. Klingon colonies along the neutral zone are being attacked too.
Those are just rumors started by the Klingons to cover their tracks.
Cadet Milan, assemble your crew and report to the simulator.
immediately.
Let's go.
Thank goodness. I can't stand that self-righteous creep.
I know.
Hi, crew.
Hey, David.
Hey, has anyone seen Sturk lately?
No.
Yeah, David, he had a project to work on in the lab. He said he made us in the simulator.
Good. So, is everyone ready to take on the Klingons again?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That will be acceptable.
That reminds me, I told him I'd meet him in the lab. I'll see you guys later.
Right. Robin, would you help me with those subspace equations?
Sure, Jenna. It's pretty simple once you know the overall.
Magia, before we go, I think we need to discuss your conduct in the simulator lately.
You don't have to be concerned. I am fully in control now.
That's what I'm afraid of.
What?
Look, as long as you hide your feelings, by staying this calm on the outside, you're a threat to the crew.
How can you say that?
Because it's true. You're bringing us down in the simulator.
That's insane! I've done nothing to endanger our standings.
Yes, you have. Going into a mission when you're too busy suppressing your rage to do your job is affecting all of our standings in the Academy.
Are you trying to start a fight?
Face it, McGee, you're screwing up and it's affecting all of us.
David, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you. I really have been bottling things up. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
I'll shape up, I swear it.
Yeah, I know you will. But in the future, try to blow up a little bit now and again, you know, so I don't have to make a trip to sickbay. And in the meantime, let's just pretend this little thing didn't happen, okay?
Yes, sir.
So everything's straightened out now?
Oh, I think you're going to see a big improvement in the team score.
Absolutely.
You know, I wish I'd have known hitting you would bring up our scores. It'd have saved me a lot of study time. You two sit down. Let me get you a drink.
Cadets, it's my distinct honor to introduce Captain James T. Kirk.
Thank you. Out there, whether we like it or not, we have enemies, and you'll be the ones dealing with it. I've heard some cadets say the Klingons are unthinking animals. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not true. Animals don't run star empires. The Klingons may appear brutal, but they also have a deeply rooted code of honor. Study it, understand it. You may prevent the loss of thousands of lives. Let's look at a recent skirmish between the Klingons and the USS Sentinel.
Cadet's log supplemental. The lecture was long but riveting. But it was after the lecture, when Captain Kirk took questions, that the best part occurred.
Yes. You have a question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. It's a great honor, sir.
Yeah. What's your question?
Sir, the Klingons have never fully abided by the Organian peace treaty. Why don't we put an end to them once and for all?
Nice and simple. Well, if you're here looking for simple solutions, you're in the wrong place, Cadet. And I think we'd take it personally if they felt the same way about us.
David, ask him how he gets away with violating the regs.
Captain Kirk.
Yes, Cadet.
Sir, do you believe in always following the Starfleet regulations to the letter, or reinterpreting them as you see the need to do so?
Are there some regs you're thinking of violating, Cadet?
No, sir.
Regulations are for perfect situations. It's up to you to make them fit the imperfect ones. That's why we don't send computers into space. We go with them. We temper them with instinct and improvisation. That's what we do best. The Academy can teach you how to apply the regulations to regular moments, but life in space is made up of thousands of hours of boredom, offset by abject moments of terror. When that time hits, it'll be you, not regulations dealing with it. That's a regulation chair, Cadet. Why don't you use it? Good morning, cadets. Federation intelligence indicates that the Klingons are building a new type of heavy cruiser, codenamed the Bertha. We have set up the simulator so you can fight it for yourself. To win the simulation, you must defeat it 3 times. On your first pass, you will have the help of a pair of Miranda-class cruisers. On your second pass, you will have a single Miranda. On your final pass, you will be on your own. Your goal is simple. Disable or destroy the Bertha. You will be graded on your times as well as success. So get moving, cadets.
I see I have finally found a worthy adversary.
Why did you attack us?
Surely you must know something of me, Captain. I am Jacob McNeil, and in another time they would have called me a hero.
Will you surrender?
Surrender? No, Captain, I still have one last card to play. The warden of the prison colony is here, with us. If you kill me, you kill him. Do you understand? I underestimated you once, but it will not happen again. Then you'll be sending both me and the warden to hell. Now won't you? I am leaving now, Captain. Adieu. Well, Captain, you played a good game. I congratulate you.
Give it up, McNeil.
Oh, you really don't understand, do you? I was never in this to win, but rather so that the Federation would lose. With this, dear Captain, do I kick my heels at heaven?
Well, congratulations, Forrester. You've saved the galaxy from the likes of McNeil. I couldn't have done it better myself. Good job.
Cadet's log. The program checkoff gave me today is fantastic. I thought the Romulan-Tholian-Gorn alliance was bad enough, but when he threw in this race called the Anastasian...
Stark! Stark! Stark, can you hear me? Stark!
Dave, the attack on Mycia.
What?
I had proof of. I have to get it.
No, come on, you won't last 10 seconds in there. It's toxic smoke in there. Come on, we'll have to find another way.
Cadet Forrester, your quick action saved Sturek from serious injury. Unfortunately, that won't save him from an inquiry.
Are you suggesting Sturek blew up the lab, sir?
Well, we must consider that, Cadet.
There are martyrs in every struggle, Cadet.
On behalf of my crew, I protest, sir.
Noted. Sturek is confined to quarters pending investigation. He'll have permission to work with you on team projects, but that's all.
No other context, sir.
I thought I was speaking English. Would you rather hear it in Klingon?
No, sir.
Any questions?
Sir? Do you have any idea who or what might have been behind all this?
We can't comment on the specifics of the investigation until the Academy releases its report. But I can say that an explosive device was detonated in the lab. It was no accident.
Who would want to bomb the Academy, sir?
That's what we intend to find out, Cadet.
Consider yourselves dismissed, cadets.
Aye, sir.
The latest outrage is this explosion at Starfleet Academy. This mysterious laboratory explosion is the latest in a series of deceptions from Starfleet. It is time we knew the truth. This accident destroyed all the vital evidence, linking the Klingons to the savage attacks on our colonies along the neutral zone. But why would Starfleet send vital evidence to Earth in the first place? They say they wanted it examined by the scientists at the Academy. The truth is that the public can more easily believe a student accidentally blew up the evidence than a civilian scientist at a proper Federation laboratory. But Starfleet made a critical error. The one who was at the lab was a Vulcan student. And we all know that Vulcans are living machines. They're incapable of making mistakes. Why would Starfleet pick a Vulcan to deal with the
Hi, crew.
Have you been listening to this? I can't believe they're broadcasting this.
He has a right to his opinion.
You've got to be kidding.
Janice, sometimes you have to sound extreme to make your point. Otherwise, people don't listen.
What?
They're saying Sturrock blew up the lab.
How is Sturrock?
He's fair. How are the rest of you holding up?
We're doing just fine.
Look, I've got some different news. There's a no-win scenario coming up. It's supposedly impossible to beat.
Is that supposed to cheer us up?
Well, one cadet did beat it. James T. Kirk.
So there is a way to beat it.
Well, if he could beat us, so can we.
Let's win this one. Okay, David?
Any ideas how we actually do it?
Well, David, you've met Kirk. Maybe you could ask him how he did it.
Why not?
Right.
All right, knock it off. Look, I better get going. I'll see you later.
By now, everyone in this room is aware of the science lab incident and its unfortunate repercussions. However, I expect you to leave those troubles behind you. You'll have plenty to worry about here. Captain Kirk will now conduct the remainder of the briefing. Captain?
Thank you, Commander. The Klingon High Council has officially assured the Federation that Governor Kumas's actions were unauthorized. I'm told we actually believe them. The Klingons want Kumas to present an apology, and they want him to present it to the Federation ship that was involved since the beginning. You, of course. You're to go to Klingon Station K-28 on a diplomatic mission. As a diplomat and invited guest, you may not activate any of your defensive systems unless fired upon. Any violation of the diplomatic code will be considered a grave insult to the Klingon Empire. Of course, Kumas is not happy with the situation either, and will probably go out of his way to try and provoke an incident. So, be careful, cadets.
People of the Klingon Empire, unlike the fools on the High Council, I have done all that I have promised. In addition to that, I have delivered a prize to my people, the Federation Starship Agincourt, for judgment. Now they can finally answer for their crimes.
But the High Council ordered!
My family blood runs back to the time of Kalis. You have no right to order this humiliation.
Governor Kumos, this is treason. Take him.
Kameth, you owe blood oath to Clan Tarkat. I order you to destroy the Agincourt!
During this mission, you actually convinced a Romulan to help you out. Not bad, cadet. You have successfully completed the Klingon invasion scenario. A new governor has been installed in the Hanzar province, and everything is back to normal. In fact, rumor has it that Kumas is still being chased by the families of those who are on the Klingon advanced cruiser.
This is only part of the shadow politics attempted by alien members of the Federation to keep the natural leaders of the Federation from finding out the truth. Starfleet Academy has stonewalled our request for information. We know the Vulcan cadet was working on evidence from the Bicea incident. Why is it being kept secret? These unanswered questions raise doubts about any story coming from the Federation Council.
In further news from the Starfleet Academy explosion, there were no injuries, however damages are extensive. Sources inside the Academy report that the unidentified student involved in the blast could be dismissed from the Academy as soon as next week. In other news, rumors of sabotage among the planetary...
Jeff, David. Starfleet's hanging Sturrock out to dry.
Even Starfleet's not immune to political pressures. What if they sacrifice Sturrock to make their problems go away?
We won't know until it's too late to save him.
We have to help him. We're a team.
Yes.
Let's break into the lab and find out what really happened.
David, Kirk said you can violate the rules if your cause is just.
He said you have to be willing to pay the price. Are you willing to get kicked out?
To save Sturrock from being sacrificed? Yes.
Absolutely.
In a heartbeat.
Look, we don't know if he really is being sacrificed. So we can only use legal means to find out.
How?
Look, we all have legal access to different parts of the Academy computer, right? Well, if we look carefully, we might find something that's been overlooked.
David, you could use your science lab access to legally find out about Sturrock's secret project.
Good idea.
Thank you.
Are you sure?
Yes! David.
All right, let's do it. Now, let's plan this out. First, you.
There has been an increase in piracy in the Stygia sector along the Klingon neutral zone. Your mission is to patrol the Cerberus, Charybdis, and Damocles systems. Above all, the Organian peace treaty must be maintained. So step carefully, Cadet.
I am Ducret of the Clan Lakat. Stay out of this Federation, dogs, or be destroyed.
You are firing on a freighter in violation of the Organian peace treaty. You will explain yourself now or face the consequences.
You listen to the lies of a coward, a traitor who steals the wives of others.
Captain, Secretary Jarhawk is hailing us.
Open a hailing channel.
Ducret lies, Captain. I had to protect my clan from the barbarity of the Empire.
You have my wife, my child!
Is this true?
Of course not, Captain.
This Vech would be a pirate in your Federation, a petty lord with a slavish clan to rule over.
Listen to them, Captain. Their actions alone prove my point.
Enough talk. Leave us to our task, Federation, or fire upon us and die.
Kumas! Didn't the Klingons get him last time around?
Remember the Klingon heavy cruiser? He has friends in high places.
It is logical to assume one of them could have formulated a way for Kumas to escape.
You've come.
Kapla, my lord, welcome to our sector.
Transport Omega-7. Then destroy these fools. Fire on me again, Ducret. And I kill your son.
Congratulations. You have dealt with overwhelming odds in a manner consistent with the best traditions of Starfleet. You did manage to find the pirates' main base of operations.
Cadet's log. While I was working with Chekhov on the new Klingon heavy cruiser simulations, I couldn't get the no-win scenario out of my mind. But I also promised my crew that I would try to help Sturrock. I took a chance to look through the non-security database, looking for clues about the lab explosion, when I found something I never expected to see. The saboteur had created a back door that let him turn on and off security. It was Robin Brady's access code.
Cadet Forrester, please load in the Poznikov series, session 14 through 42.
Yes, sir. But, sir, aren't those really old missions?
As the wolf said to the songbird while devouring the old peasant, sometimes the oldest things are the tastiest.
Sir?
An ancient Russian folktale. Haven't you loaded those missions yet?
Right away, sir. I can't, sir. There's a tangle of code in here plugging things up.
From where?
I don't know. It looks like a heavily encrypted chunk of data, spliced right onto the programming codes of a mission. Commander Chekhov, I have a question for you.
What is it?
What is this?
I think I'd better let the captain explain that.
Certainly brings back memories.
But, sir, isn't reprogramming the simulator against the rules?
I think I'll leave the captain to explain.
After I beat the Kobayashi Maru, the administrators talked about tightening the rules, but they never did. In fact, I got a commendation for original thinking.
Captain Kirk, would you be offended if you were no longer the only cadet to beat the no-win scenario?
Well, you still have to find the right solution.
But if someone used this to cheat, sir, the Academy won't be able to test how that cadet handles a no-win scenario.
Cadet Forrester, I hear you're science officers in the brig. Has anyone in your crew been pushing you to get them out by breaking the rules?
Yes, sir.
So, what did you do?
I refuse, sir.
You were faced with two choices. Gratify your crew by leading them in the wrong, but popular action, or let them down by making an unpopular but correct decision.
Yes, sir.
It looks to me like you already did face a no-win scenario. A real-life no-win scenario. And you did the right thing.
Thank you, sir.
Try to keep quiet about this, okay? And will you please get my Klingon Advanced Heavy Cruiser working?
Wait, sir?
Yes, Cadet Forrester.
Which option did you choose, sir, on the Kobayashi Maru?
The winning one.
Cadet's log supplemental. I had an important decision to make. In the file, Cadet Kirk explained that he had three options. One involved reducing the Klingon artificial intelligence so they would fight dumber. Another was to make the Klingon ships weaker and easier to kill. The third was to program the Klingon captains to fear and respect him personally. The third option was the hardest, because it was the easiest one for the instructors to catch him on. I finally decided to program the Klingon captains to fear and respect me personally. I barely had time to finish programming the Klingon Advanced Heavy Cruiser for Captain Kirk before I had to report to the simulator to face the no-win scenario, the deadly Kobayashi Maru.
In this scenario, you are to go to Gamma 3 and pick up supplies of food and water to deliver to Meridian 4. Be careful, Cadet. Gamma 3 lies close to the Klingon neutral zone. Good luck.
This is Commander Dugret of the Targats. You have crossed the neutral zone. Prepare to be destroyed!
Wait a minute. Didn't we just see him in our last mission?
Ensign, pay attention to your station. This is Captain Forrester of the USS Ranger. We are here on a rescue mission for the Kobayashi Maru.
Captain Forrester! The Captain Forrester!
Yes, I am.
We remember you well, honored Captain. We would be happy to help you.
Is there a problem, Mr. Korn?
What? Oh, no, sir. Captain Forrester.
Interesting. You have passed the Kobayashi Maru. Dismissed, cadets.
Cadet's log. Well, every cadet failed the Kobayashi Maru, and spirits were pretty low. Even though we knew that was supposed to happen. I hate to lose.
Enter.
Cadet Forrester, reporting as requested, sir.
The mission simulator shows signs of tampering. Explain your performance in the Kobayashi Maru scenario, Mr. Forrester.
I reprogrammed the simulator, sir.
Why did you cheat?
Because I don't believe in the no-win scenario, sir.
Cheating by reprogramming the simulator does not necessarily violate the letter of the law, but it does violate everything we've been trying to teach you. Therefore, we have decided to take disciplinary action.
I accept your judgment, sir.
However, before we decide what to do with you, we must resolve another problem.
Cadet Forrester, what would you be prepared to do to clear Styric's name?
I'd fly a garbage scow against the battlecruiser, sir.
It won't take that much sacrifice. We're just going to put you on probation and let it be known that you're about to be expelled from the Academy.
What? David, we believe Zurich is innocent. But there is evidence to indicate that one of your crew members may have been involved in this incident.
Cadet Brady is confirmed as being in the engineering library at the time his access codes were used. We doubt if he's the one who set the bomb.
At ease, Cadet.
To find out who, we'd like to have you undertake a covert mission for us.
We'll Explain that you're on probation. We'll tell the cadets that we found some vital clue as to the identity of the bomber, and that we're examining it in the science lab's compound analysis section.
Then you get to complain about how unfairly the Academy has treated you. Hint that you're looking for a way to get back at us. A lot of the cadets know you've been working with me on the simulators, and that you have access to the lab.
Now keep in mind, Cadet, that if you agree to assist us, you cannot talk to your team about this mission.
So, what do you think? Are you ready to take on the challenge?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Cadet. You are now officially on probation.
Dismissed. There has been a disturbance on the Romulan Federation neutral zone. Several outposts set up to monitor the treaty zone have recently gone silent. Your mission is to check on outposts 2 and 3 and investigate the cause of their problem. Please note that this scenario is based on an actual incident. To reflect that, the ship you will be flying in will be based on the specs for a Constitution-class vessel, stardate 1709.
This is the Starship Ranger. Prepare to abandon your vessel.
No. That is not our way. I salute you, Captain. You are a man of courage and... in another world, we might have been friends. As Romulans, we must be creatures of duty. I have followed duty my entire life. Now, there is just one final duty to perform. Goodbye, Captain.
Congratulations. You have stopped the Romulan from getting home, and thus prevented war. Good job, Cadet.
It's not right. It's just not fair.
We have to do something.
David, one thing I've learned is that sometimes you have to bend the letter of the law to learn the spirit of the law.
Exactly.
What if the evidence against you were to disappear?
No. I won't let the rest of you get expelled to try to help me.
Well, 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 Forrester. Guess this makes you a civilian again.
You're about a millisecond away from sudden death, Milan.
We were just leaving. We don't want to break up your pity party.
Look, you guys better get going. You have to prepare for your sim tonight, okay?
Yeah.
Hello, David.
Faith.
Can I sit?
Sure, sit down.
I heard about what the command staff did to you. They're completely unfair.
I know.
Look, David, I've got a problem, too. I visited Robin the day before the explosion, and I spotted a schematic for a homemade bomb.
You think Robin planted the bomb?
I don't know. But when I heard they found some new evidence, I was worried. I don't want to see anything happen to Robin. David, we gotta break into that lab and see if they have any real evidence against him. Now, you know the lab's access code, and I know where to look for the evidence.
Okay. Let's break into the lab.
Good, okay, I'll meet you tonight after our nebula analysis seminar.
Perfect.
Okay, great, I'll see you then.
See you, Faith.
Welcome, class. For the next few weeks, Commander Chekhov will be your guest instructor. Commander?
Greetings, class. We have a very touchy situation to take care of here. 4 days ago, a lone vessel ventured into Romulan space and managed to steal a very important artifact. According to the Romulan government, they tracked the thief here to Federation space. The Romulans have sent an ambassador under a flag of truce to meet with you to search for this missing item. The Romulan ambassador will meet you outside the Piachi system, and from there, you are to go meet a man named Taros Greenling. Rumor has it he can be found orbiting the first planet of the system. Good luck, cadets. And remember, try not to make the Romulan mad.
I am Jasmine Lee, President of the Piachi 2 Colony. How may I be of service?
It's good to speak to you, President Lee. I'm Captain David Forrester of the USS Ranger, and my communications officer said that you wish to speak to me.
Yes, Captain. You have our complete cooperation. However...
What, President?
Certain factions within Piachi 2 have issues with the Romulans. Their feelings run deep.
Can we expect any trouble?
From those that follow my law, of course not. But there are more passionate people who might risk inappropriate action.
Thank you for your warning, President.
I do this out of generosity for the Federation, Captain.
This is Captain David Forrester of the USS Ranger. I'm here to...
I know why you're here, Captain. Believe me, neither of us want to be here. I propose that we simply try to get this over as quickly as possible.
I have a few questions.
I have neither the authority nor the inclination to answer your pathetic questions. We need to find the thief and prevent a war between our worlds.
Starfleet, you must understand, I didn't do it.
Do what?
Whatever it is that you're here to arrest me for. You Starfleet always come to me with your problems. You're certain you're not here to arrest me? Well then, what's your question? Maybe. What's it to you?
It was stolen from Romulan space. They're gonna go to war with us unless we find it.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
You have my word.
Huh. I'll tell you this because I don't want trouble with the Empire as well. The person you're looking for is Captain Margaret Horn. Her ship is the Raven.
How do I know I can trust you?
You can't. But Horn left me out to dry on a deal a few months ago, and this is payback. You can find her in the Regis system, in front of the Triangle Nebula.
Thanks for your help.
No problem. You remember me the next time, okay, Starfleet?
Captain Forrester, we are appalled at Miss White's unspeakable behavior.
If you were watching and you feel as bad as you do, why didn't you help us?
We were not informed of the incident until now. As I said, I am appalled at such an act.
And what about the Romulan? You want to apologize to her also?
We do not ask forgiveness from monsters.
The bird of prey you just defeated was the Gallius. According to my records, it was destroyed over a month ago. I have no further information.
You did not capture Captain Horn, but sometimes it is what you find during a meeting that can be of the most value. Don't be discouraged quite yet. You have done exceptionally well on this mission. You should receive commendations.
Can you get me into the computer?
Sure.
Looks like Robin used his access code the day of the break-in. They've got a picture of Robin entering the lab.
What? What are you doing?
I'm deleting it, and any other copies they might have. Wait, there's more.
What is it?
It looks like the remains of the bomber in locker D7. Could you go get it?
Sure.
There's nothing there!
You were the bomber. Why, Faith?
We never meant for it to go this far, but we couldn't let Sturth finish his project.
We?
You could still work with us, David. You could still join the Vanguard.
I can't do that, Faith.
I could kill you. No one would even know you were here.
That's not gonna happen, Cadet.
Was it really worth it, Faith? You've ruined your career and your life.
It's not about me. It's about survival. Survival of the Federation.
Let her be. It's over. We'll take her now.
But what if she's right?
Cadet Forrester. David. It is about survival. But not like this.
Have any of you ever seen a traditional Russian Matrushka doll? They stack one within the other like a series of tiny puzzles. So here we have a second Matrushka doll. As you well know, the Raven slipped away last time, and after your fun in the Regis system, Starfleet complained to both the Romulan and Klingon governments. They denied everything. Admiral Tennick went back to Romulus to find their own answers, and you've been assigned to a completely different mission. We have received a distress call from the Thaxius system, and you are to go and investigate. The Thaxius colonies broke away from the Federation several years ago and haven't been heard from until now. It is strange how this works, yes? Dolls within dolls.
This is Captain Forrester of the USS Ranger. We received your distress call. What's your situation?
This is Thomas Horn, leader of the Thaxius 1 colony. The situation is under control.
Captain, the analysis from our scans is coming through.
Thank you, Sturrock. Can we be of any assistance?
I'm sorry, but the business of the Thaxius system is none of the Federation's concern.
Captain, the sensor data is now complete. Our scans indicate that the Thaxian star has become highly unstable. There is a 72.59% chance that this sun could nova within a matter of hours.
Mr. Horn, your situation appears to be critical. Are you sure you don't need any assistance?
Hold for 1 minute, Captain. Captain, I apologize for my rudeness, but I had no idea things were so severe. Most of our sensors were knocked out 2 days ago by a massive EMP wave. We would appreciate any help you can give.
Thank you, Mr. Horn. We're at your disposal. Could any of these incidents have anything to do with the activities of, Margaret Horn?
My daughter? What has she done now?
Oh boy.
She's in quite a bit of trouble, Mr. Horn. You better tell us where she is.
I thought she might be in trouble. The last time she visited was right before the EMP wave. She even promised she'd help right before she disappeared.
Tell me about the EMP wave.
I have no idea what's causing it. We're lucky we were able to send out a distress call.
What does it have to do with your son?
I don't know. Our sensors picked up strange energy fluctuations in the corona of the sun right before the EMP wave hit. But they didn't seem severe enough to cause that effect. We did manage to pinpoint the origin of the wave, though, if that can be of any help.
What was it?
It seemed to come from the sun itself.
Huh, that's strange. Then we'll do a sweep of the sun to pinpoint the reason for the disturbance. We'll contact you as soon as we can.
Thank you, Captain. We'll begin evacuation procedures here immediately.
We saw something when we investigated the sun. It was a massive creature that seemed to be feeding off the star itself. Do you have any idea what that could be?
No, I can't say I know of anything like that. But I can check with a few scientists. Is that thing causing the sun to become unstable?
We think so. I won't know for sure until we analyze the data. Was there anything else strange that occurred before the EMP wave hit?
Nothing. Wait. A series of asteroids was destroyed right before the wave hit. If you download the sensor readings you have, Captain, we might be able to figure something out.
Sturrock will download the data to your computers immediately.
This might take a bit. I'll hail you when we find something.
I was wondering when the little thorn in my side would show up. You know, for a thorn, you're not bad looking.
This is Captain Forrester of the USS Ranger. You are under arrest.
Please, Captain, spare the formalities. I can warp any time I want. I just wanted to tell you that I respect your ingenuity and your stubbornness. You've now broken up 2 of my meetings. Not bad.
I have to warn you, Captain Horn, that you are wanted by both the Federation and the Romulan Empire for...
Call me Maggie.
I don't think that would be appropriate, given the circumstances.
Call me Maggie, please. And yes, I know my status among the great powers of the universe. If you haven't guessed yet, I don't care. Just help my father. I'll handle the rest.
You'll handle what, Captain Horn?
Goodbye, Captain. I wish we could have met under better circumstances.
Captain, sensors picked up a Romulan bird of prey near the planet.
It's not a problem, Mr. Horn. Do you have anything to report?
We matched your data with ours, and we think that the sun creature was once encased within one of the asteroids.
Can that help us?
If you modulate your phasers, you might be able to immobilize the creature. We're not sure how long it will last.
It's worth a shot. Send us the frequency and we'll give it a try.
Thank you, Captain. Uploading data now. Good luck.
You look surprised, Cadet. You must know you've passed. Captain Horn's plans to sell the artifact to the birds of prey have been foiled. Taxius 1 and 2 have been bought a little more time as the Sun Serpent sleeps. The mystery deepens as we work from puzzle to puzzle, yes?
We finally got some good news. Sturck was officially cleared of all charges today. It turns out the bomber was Faith Gage. Corn and Robin are really shocked.
Enter. At ease. Cadet Sturrock, you are officially cleared of any suspicion of sabotage. Cadet Forrester, the charges against you have been dropped, and you are reinstated in Starfleet Academy.
Your cooperation has been invaluable and above the call of duty. You have the appreciation of the entire command staff.
Thank you, sir. But I still don't understand all this.
Sturrock was studying ship fragments found on Bicea. He discovered that a complicated neural network was etched in the molecules of the fragments.
I postulate that the fragments were part of a cybernetic life form, which I call the McClanty, after Joseph McClanty, 22nd century revolutionary in the field of cybernetics. The Klingons have nothing like it.
But what does that mean?
It means the ship is a life form.
If Sturrock had proved this theory, the Vanguard would have lost a powerful propaganda weapon. So Cadet Gage blew up the lab. Then the Vanguard took advantage of their own sabotage to cast doubt on the Federation.
But what about Sturrock's investigation, sir?
All the evidence was destroyed. The explosion cost us the only chance to find out who the attackers were.
Captain Kirk is left for the Bicea system to see what can be discovered.
Well, gentlemen, I think these cadets should go back to the business of being cadets. Dismissed?
Aye, sir.
Congratulations, David.
Thank you. It's good to have you back.
Thank you for standing by me, David. I know you did it at your own risk.
Well, Mr. Sturrock, I just didn't want you stuck in your quarters anymore.
Actually, I found the confinement invigorating. I was able to devote more time to training.
Even being confined to quarters can't make a Vulcan stay.
Sturrock, you're overworking yourself.
Vulcans have excellent stamina.
Look, it's not your fault that the proof was lost. If anything, it's mine. I should have gone back in there and pulled out your data.
David, you would have been killed, just like I would have.
Yeah, but now thousands of people are being killed in these random attacks. I could have taken action and stopped these massacres by now. Now our chances are slim.
Don't be so sure of that.
Sir!
There was another attack along the Klingon neutral zone last week. I directed the search of the planet and found these fragments of the attacking vessel sheared off by the planetary defense system. A few of them show the molecular etching that Sturrock discovered.
Starfleet scientists have fully examined these fragments and have concluded that the molecular etchings could not constitute the cybernetic neural network that I postulated.
Now, I didn't agree. I wanted Stewart to have another chance to prove his theory, so I persuaded Starfleet to turn the fragments over to him for the rest of the academic year.
It will take a significant amount of work to establish whether my theory has any validity.
Well, Mr. Forrester, you're his team leader.
Sturk doesn't need my permission to take on special projects.
But I do need your assistance.
Why?
I need to simulate the remainder, and your experience with Commander Chekhov might make it possible to finish before graduation.
What do you think, Captain Kirk?
I'm not here to tell you how to spend your time, Cadet Forrester. I'm here to extend a command opportunity. It's up to you whether you take it or not.
We have an unparalleled opportunity to study these fragments. No other lab in the Federation has state-of-the-art computer simulator equipment and the McClanty cybernetic remnants.
I'd be glad to assist you.
Good luck to both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. It is agreeable to have your assistance. I shall endeavor to explain my findings to date. Look, this is not just random molecular crystallization.
So we can simulate the rest of this matrix to figure out how it works. I don't know if I'm good enough to do that.
I know you are.
I guess we'll see.
All things must end, Cadet, and it seems the Sun Serpent has awakened from its sleep like the legendary Phoenix, rising from the ashes. The good people of Taxius 1 and Taxius 2 cannot be evacuated in time, and there is only a few more days until the sun goes nova. Your mission, simply enough, is to find a solution to their problem. Ah yes, one more thing. Admiral Kennick has returned, as well as a Klingon ambassador, one whom you have met before. And now, all the components have been laid before you. Just lift up the last Matrushka top, and you will see the final doll before you. Or will you?
I have news regarding the Romulan you encountered earlier.
Go ahead.
They are known as the Vashar, a group dedicated to taking over the Romulan Empire. They think the Amplifier will help them in their cause.
Amplifier?
Yes. An alien artifact that triples the power of a standard photon torpedo. It was the prototype for our plasma torpedoes.
And what does the Praetor plan to do with the artifact?
My only duty is to stop the Vashar and retrieve the Amplifier. You do not have to trust me, Captain. The only thing that matters to me is the return of the Amplifier.
This is Captain Forrester of the USS Ranger. You wish to speak with me?
Captain Forrester, I am Ducret of the Takat clan. You have not forgotten me, I assume. I have information you need. Stupidity is not a trait limited solely to human. The Klingons you met earlier were trying to buy the Romulan Amplifier to advance their power in the Empire.
You know about that?
Of course the Klingon Empire knows about the Amplifier. Understandable. So, what do you intend to do with this Klingon Vech? That's the spirit, Forrester. I have information that those worthless Quahone plan to buy the artifacts in a system called Thaxius.
Interesting.
What was that?
Nothing. I'd be honored if you would accompany us.
A Klingon does not shrink from dealing out punishment, nor do they shrink from their debts.
I'll say this, Forrester. You are persistent.
Captain Horn, I suggest you surrender the Amplifier. You have nowhere to run at this point.
Sadly, you're right. Look, Captain, I'd just like a chance to defend myself. Is that too much to ask?
No.
I was the one who released the Sun Serpent in a mining accident in our very own asteroid belt.
Then you were the one responsible for all this.
Very observant. I'm also the only one who knows how to stop that thing. It's photon torpedoes, and with the Romulan artifact, I can kill it with one shot.
But your ship isn't made for torpedoes. Won't that destroy your ship?
It's either that or let millions of people die. I've already evacuated my crew. I'm willing to make that sacrifice alone.
Why, Maggie?
I'm asking you to do what's right, Captain. Let me destroy the creature. Let me make up for everything I've done. I'm sorry you feel this way.
Congratulations, Cadet. Not only did you capture Captain Horn, recovered the amplifier, stop a war between the Federation and Romulus, and save the lives of the people of Taxius 1, you also found the last Matrushka doll. Congratulations, Captain.
Cadet's personal log. I'm afraid I haven't seen much of the crew lately. There just aren't enough hours in the day for studying and practicing in the simulator and helping Stir complete the McClanty simulation. This week, I think I'll work on the McClanty project.
Look, this is not just random molecular crystallization.
So we can simulate the rest of this matrix to figure out how it works. I don't know if I'm good enough to do that.
I know you are.
Well, I guess we'll see.
We have an interesting situation, cadets. Markai, a notorious smuggler, has uncovered information that is vital to Federation security. He's willing to exchange this information for a pardon. The Federation has decided to accept his offer. You are to meet Markai in the Lambda Triangular System and escort him to Starbase 31.
Let us hope the rest of our journey is uneventful. I must make a stop here, Captain. Some evidence I need is in an asteroid. I'm a busy man, Captain. I don't have time to be bothered by my past. Release me, or 50 Federation worlds burn!
You have succeeded in this little game of cat and mouse. Congratulations.
David.
Robin, what's wrong?
I went to one of the Vanguard's meetings.
You what? Why did you do that?
Faith Gage took me a ways back, and you told me to get out with the other cadets.
I didn't mean them.
I know, I won't go back, but David, I saw Magia there.
Are you sure?
She didn't see me, but it was her. She looked like she fit in real well with them. She's not even human, and they accepted her. Why would the Vanguards accept an Andorian?
The real question is, what do they want from her?
Well, she was telling them how she thought the Klingons should pay for all the massacres along the neutral zone.
And then having an Andorian, the daughter of her ambassador, on their side would give the Vanguard credibility.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know, Robin.
No problem.
But from now on, stay away from the Vanguard, okay?
I will. They wouldn't let me back in anyway. They use a telepath to determine who's a true Vanguard supporter. Once they looked into my mind, I could tell they were being very careful about what they said around me.
All right, I'll handle it. Just don't go back there.
I won't.
Come on, we're late.
I gotta get to the simulator.
I'd better put in some work on the project with Sturek. I don't understand. We have different fragments from all over the McClanty vessel, but they all contain the same set of etched structures.
That is not entirely correct. There are old pathways and new pathways in the metal, with some overwritten or blocked off. Though their appearance may seem the same, their actual function would be far different.
But that's assuming something actually travels down these paths. They're too small. I mean, look, at best, only the most basic subatomic particles could travel down them.
Though we may be on the wrong track, we should run a series of simulations to determine which subatomic particles do go down these paths.
Cadet's log. I'm very disturbed by Robin's report that McGee is working with the Vanguard. Enter. Magia.
David, you wanted to see me?
Yes, I did. Magia, are you a member of the Vanguard?
No.
I know you've been to their meetings.
I'm sorry. I lied to you, David. But I was trying to protect you.
Protect me? How?
Some of the Vanguard think you're okay because you seem to be friends with their hero, Kirk. But others like Milan would prefer to see you stuffed into a warp drive.
Magia, sit down. Why did you join them?
After Bicea, I went to the Vanguard meetings. They had all the answers that I wanted to hear. But then Faith framed Sturek, and now the Federation and the Klingons are moving towards peace. The Vanguard is moving more and more towards violence.
Why didn't you tell the brass about this?
Commander Sulu's policy is to wait until the Vanguard makes a mistake. He's waiting for the Vanguard to do something illegal before moving in. The biggest problem is I don't have any tangible proof. They're very tolerant when I'm around, but the core members of the Vanguard trust only humans.
Well, then we'll have to get somebody human to infiltrate them.
You're right. You can do it.
You want me to join the Vanguard? Look, Magia, it wouldn't work. Even you said they hated me.
The Vanguard knows you're working on something secret with Sturek. You could pretend you discovered something that the Federation covered up. Something that turned you against the Federation.
I don't think that would be enough.
It has to be enough. It's the only way.
Milan would never believe me.
Fine. It's not gonna work. Besides, they have a telepath. She'd spot whatever was planned in a heartbeat.
Well, telepaths aren't always that reliable. But Vulcans are.
Please, David. They believe Captain Kirk supports them.
I think you're crazy. But, okay, I'll give it a shot.
Good.
So I asked Sturek about ways to fool the Vanguard telepath. He told me Vulcans block telepathic probings by concentrating on intense experiences. It wasn't always effective, but it was better than no defense at all.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. What I didn't expect was for him to use the Vulcan mind meld to give me those experiences. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go through with this, but I'd given Magia my word I'd infiltrate the Vanguard.
Fascinating.
Cadet's log supplemental. I still have to decide next week's schedule. So I think I'll put in some more time on the McClanty simulations.
The reports are in. No measurable change in the matrix.
Are you sure? None of the electrons made it down the path?
The results were identical to the proton and neutron simulations.
But they were the perfect size.
David, the simulation has failed.
Try anti-electrons.
The matrix would explode. Matter can't exist with antimatter.
Do you have any better ideas?
Perhaps. First, antiprotons. As expected.
Try the anti-electrons.
Attempting the simulation now. Nothing.
Wait. It's working.
Fascinating. The edge pathways appear to be channels for controlled positron bursts.
We did it! We did it!
This evidence clearly exonerates the Klingons. The McClanty matrix constitutes a technology far beyond anything the Klingons possess.
Come on. We've got to tell Sulu and Rothro that whatever attacked those colonies was not Klingon. Come on.
Your assignment is to meet a Federation ambassador at the Intergalactic Peace Conference on Asteria, serve as the ambassador's attaché, and help the Asterians deal with any problem that might occur.
Captain Forrester, I'm glad you came. The Klingon, Romulan, and Gorn ships have vanished. They were reported to have passed the Hashipur system, then they vanished somewhere between here and there. We would like you to search those sectors if you're amenable to this.
Celestial solitude is my home. In the cold vast twixt stars I roam. A beast I hunt. Then in beasts I surround. I am that which seeks the common ground.
Did that make sense to anyone?
Is it my imagination, or do the Venturi get weirder every time we speak with them?
Computer records identify him as being Captain Endervoss, a former Venturi trader who joined the insurgents.
He doesn't sound like any Venturi trader I've ever heard of.
Under a blood-red sun, we ranged, we laughed, we ran, dreamt not of change. But all things must break free from their shell, as did our sun, and our bodies did as well. Long we were mute in darkness, lone. Our minds raced quick, but
tongues were stone. Perhaps metaphors seem like unto a curse, but it is how we see the universe. Lay, rest your shields, and let us send, and then our union comprehend.
Excellent, Cadet. Your score and performance on this scenario were well above average.
Look, Forrester. McGee may buy your story, but I don't. Why do you really want to join the Vanguard?
Captain Kirk convinced me. He discovered the Klingons were behind the attacks on Bysea. But the Federation Council threatened to strip him of command if he went public.
And the mysterious alien ship?
Sturrock and I fabricated some evidence.
You helped capture Faith Gage.
That was personal. She nearly killed one of my crew.
I'm picking up a memory from 8 years ago. A Lieutenant Alan Forrester, his uncle, was killed by a Klingon bird of prey. The colony was later awarded to the Klingons, just like Bysea. His belief in our cause is quite strong.
He certainly hides it well.
I'm better at playing Starfleet's game than you are. Where do we go from here?
We do nothing. Devolution Day begins in less than 1 hour.
Devolution Day?
McGee, it will be the end of the Federation as we know it.
How?
Oh, you'll know when it's time. But when it's over, we'll be able to place Kirk in power as the ideal leader of the new Federation.
Why wait? Kirk believes in your cause so much he might join.
Are you serious? You know him that well? How long would you need?
I can have Kirk here in a few hours.
You have 1 hour. That's the deadline. You better be able to deliver, Forrester.
Oh, I will.
Stop the countdown.
Why?
We don't want to incinerate Kirk on his way over, do we? Go ahead. Use this to give Kirk your message.
McGee.
It's been nearly an hour. Where's Kirk?
Don't worry, he'll come.
We've given him enough time.
I told you, he'll be here.
I'm not waiting any longer. Give me that. I'm restarting the countdown.
I hear there's a group willing to take on the Klingons. Well?
It's an honor, sir.
Get to the point. What's your plan?
We've set bombs in the offices of key Federation officials. Once they're gone, we're ready to step in to restore order immediately. Sir, you will be presiding over the new Federation.
Better have planted those bombs well. Federation security is no joke. Let's see your layout. Incendiary bombs planted in public areas near Starfleet security. Planetary defenses and the Federation Council. Detonation in less than 1 hour. Very thorough, Mr. Malak.
Thank you, Captain.
You want to know what we're fighting for? The future! Galaxy is filled with murdering Klingons. No one has the courage to stop them. More unaligned worlds brutalized by Klingon forces. I say, enough! You are the new blood that will stand up to interstellar barbarians. Ever since the Organian peace treaty, the Federation has been a wolf with no fangs. Hostile aliens nip like dogs at our heels. And what do? Nothing. Every day of peace brings us closer to the end of the Federation.
Forrester's betraying us. Traitor, he's trying to blow out the timers.
But yeah! Give me the phaser now! Put it down slowly. Slowly. Back up against the wall. Alien dies first.
Stop.
Oh, please, don't tell me you're a traitor, too.
Forrester lied to you. But he betrayed me first. If you want me to be your new leader, his punishment is my call, not yours.
Yes. Yes, Captain. Aye, sir.
This isn't set to kill.
It isn't?
No. It's set on wide-angle stun. Prepare for security. Need a security detail beamed to this location. Nice work in disarming those bombs, Mr. Forrester.
Sir.
Now, I don't know about you, but I could use a drink. Have you ever tried Saurian brandy?
It's amazing, but with all that's been happening, I still have to prepare to graduate from Starfleet Academy. Sturrock and I had better finish our simulations quickly. This is not good. Even the Universal Translator is stumped.
Interesting. The McClanty matrix only seems to respond if we mimic its cybernetic patterns.
It's as if the McClanty are sentient but have no real language. It could be an autonomic function, but not real sentience. They could be like cosmic parrots, like mimics.
Parrots do not build spaceships. We must keep trying.
Cadet's log. Well, looks like I'm still in the Academy. There were times I thought I'd blown it, but now I think I've made the right choices after all. Speaking of choices, I spent a lot more time on the simulation than on my class studies. I might not graduate first in my class, but I just felt that Sturrock and I were too close to an answer to give up.
All known sentient creatures are neurologically wired to use language. But the McClanty appear to have no language in any conventional sense.
But we get a clear response when we mimic its actions.
True, but irrelevant.
But you said there were old pathways and new pathways. Why would that be unless it were changing? Or maybe... Wait, let's try this.
Fascinating.
Oh my God! We did it! We did it, Sturrock!
Alright, I'm looking forward to it.
I know almost had
Bingo.
Enter. Now, gentlemen, please explain your findings.
Earlier, we concluded that the McClanty are not conventionally sentient and cannot comprehend a spoken language. However, we have now determined that they can learn.
We can't make the McClanty follow human thinking, so we have to try to follow their thinking. By mimicking the McClanty ship's every move, a Federation ship can establish a rapport.
Intriguing ideas, but I find it impossible to think that any crew would attempt to try such a radical theory. So don't feel too badly if it's never actually tested in the field. Still, you do deserve some sort of commendation for such a unique graduation thesis. Dismissed, cadets.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And with that, the door closed on a year's work. Time for the final mission before graduation.
Good morning, cadets. We have a crisis on our hands. A small Klingon fleet has crossed the Federation border, composed of at least one heavy cruiser and 3 birds of prey. They have openly defied our treaty by destroying 3 Federation freighters, the last near New Danube 4. There are 2 Federation colonies in that sector as well, Omega Altair and Proxima. The Klingons deny any fleet action and are dismissing the reports as propaganda. Starfleet security thinks it may be a precursor to a larger invasion. The USS Alexandria and the USS Rutherford, two Miranda-class vessels, will rendezvous with you at New Danube 4 to conduct both patrol and intelligence missions. You will be in command of this task force. Use it wisely.
This is Captain Brentwood of the USS Alexandria. We're at your disposal, Captain.
This is Captain Zora of the USS Rutherford. We await your command.
This is Captain Brentwood of the USS Alexandria. We're at your disposal, Captain.
Alexander.
Aye, sir.
This is Captain Zora of the USS Rutherford. We await your command. The course is being laid now. Your instructions shall be obeyed. Rutherford out.
This is Captain Brentwood of the USS Alexandria. We're at your disposal, Captain.
Alexander.
Aye, sir. This is Captain Brentwood of the USS Alexandria. We're at your disposal, Captain.
Alexander.
Aye, sir. This is Captain Brentwood of the USS Alexandria. We're at your disposal, Captain.
Alexander.
Aye, sir.
This is Captain Zora of the USS Rutherford. We await your command. The course is being laid now. Your instructions shall be obeyed. Rutherford out.
You successfully saved all the colonies and even took on the M5 computer and won. Congratulations. You did extraordinarily well. It was a nearly flawless mission. I have nothing but praise. But I've never been particularly good with praise.
Cadet's log. Finally, it's graduation day. Mom and Dad arrived this morning and commencement was a blast.
And it is my honor and privilege to award Cadet David Ross Forrester with the Commandant's Award of Meritorious Service and the Starfleet Call of Duty Award. Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander Forrester.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Thank you. You've done brilliantly, Lieutenant. Well, I must say I'm impressed. I've never seen a whole team of cadets turn down their postings to continue serving with their training captain.
Congratulations, David. You've drawn a full bridge crew for your mission.
My mission, sir?
We're giving you a chance to test your McClanty theory in the field.
You'll patrol the neutral zone for 2 weeks looking for the McClanty. And you have a field promotion to captain.
Thank you, sir.
Captain Kirk thought that your McClanty simulation deserved more than just a commencement award.
She's been in dry dock for 6 weeks, and she needs someone to put her through her paces.
The Enterprise? I don't know what to say, sir.
And just have her back by midnight and don't scratch the paint.
Captain, the Enterprise is hailing us. We have permission to come aboard.
Mr. Sturck, right over here. Ensigns Karn and Acton. The hell? Ensign McGee? Communications?
Aye, sir.
Mr. Brady? Engineering's right over there.
Thank you, sir. I can't believe this. I've been studying this all my life.
We've heard that before. Mr. Forrester. The command chair.
Aye, sir.
Go on, Captain. Take her out.
Helmsman. Impulse power.
This is Klingon Research Station, board chart 7, on Kurat 1. We are under attack by an alien vessel. This is Commander 4, calling any ship. We are a medical facility, researching pediatric wasting disease and shortcut. We're isolated from all Klingon planets and have 10,000 innocent young here.
Magia, contact that station. We hear you, Commander Vor.
Federation?
I'm Captain Forrester of the USS Enterprise.
You must assist us. Our planetary defenses were not made to fight this beast. I beg you, enter our space and aid us. Others will call me a coward. Perhaps I am. But I will not allow 10,000 Klingon children and honorable elders to die needlessly. As a commander in the Klingon Defense Force, I authorize the Enterprise to cross the neutral zone. I will bear full responsibility for your rescue mission. Ford out!
There is clearly a new pattern in the McClanty's broadcasts.
I suspect that the message concerns us and our actions. Magia and I will attempt to connect their words to our actions.
The McClanty broadcast has changed again.
I hypothesize that the McClanty are talking to themselves about our behavior. Magia and I will now attempt to fit the new message to our actions.
The more our ship mimics the McClanty's actions, the more we reach into their semantic world. The deeper we enter their world, the better our chance of actually communicating.
Captain, Magia and I have made several connections between the McClanty actions and the McClanty words.
We know the basic McClanty terms for stop, start, fly, ship, shields, energy, planet, star, shoot, damage, wound, and debris. We can also communicate numbers and relative distance.
Now that we have entered their semantic world, we should be able to engage in rudimentary communication.
Captain, this is helping. The more we communicate, the easier it gets to decipher their transmissions. We're missing some important words here.
The transmission streams show that the McClanty are comparing themselves to us. We are attempting to isolate the phrases.
Got it. We've got their logical operators.
We've interpreted the elegant logical structure that informs the McClanty's cybernetic intelligence.
He means that we can now understand words like and, or, and not.
The McClanty think that everything else in the universe is random, because nothing else behaves according to their precise understanding of logic. And they have no compunction about destroying anything they deem random.
I've interpreted the McClanty message, Captain. I'm putting it on screen.
Fascinating. The McClanty learned to express the concept of want after you use the word. Now that we have entered their semantic world, they have gained the ability to enter ours.
The McClanty ship has energy conduits all over its exterior and energy processing units inside it. I can send a controlled energy burst into one and see if they can process it.
Energy. Enterprise energy is McClanty energy.
The McClanty ship has accepted the energy transfer. The McClanty ship is successfully processing the energy burst.
Those vermin, those honorless cowards, they would slaughter my innocent children to satisfy their lust for vengeance. The D7's left warp wing is outfitted with a fusion disruptor, a device that creates solar flares. If the D7 flies into the sun, it will incinerate all life in the solar system. You have little chance of outrunning it.
Captain's log, mission summary. We succeeded in destroying the D7 without involving the McClanty. We saved the McClanty and kept them out of the tensions between the Klingons and the Federation. We also saved Commander Vor's hospital. Not bad for a day's work.
As you were. I knew you could do it. You not only met our expectations, but you far exceeded them. Congratulations.
Your analysis of the McClanty anti-electron matrix has moved our cybernetics program ahead by decades.
Oh, by the way, Chancellor Gorkin of the Klingon High Council called. He says your courage has shown just how archaic the neutral zone has become. I'm not sure I agree with him, but that's quite an admission from a Klingon. Gentlemen, here's to the future of Starfleet and the next generation of captains who will lead them there.
Here. Here.
Space. The final frontier. These are the continuing voyages to seek out new life and new civilizations, and to boldly go where no one has gone before.